The House of Representatives finally have a brand new Speaker of the House, and well, he's a damn good one. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video today. It is time that we talk about the chaos that has unfolded on Capitol Hill, because everyone, we finally have a brand new Speaker of the House. After weeks of this nonsensical saga, it's finally over. The Republicans in the House have elected Mike Johnson of the great state of Louisiana to become the next Speaker of the House of Representatives. And guys, talk about a out-of-the-blue speaker. Nobody knew who the hell this guy was 5 minutes ago. And now, he is the Speaker of the House, which is just absolutely insane to think about in hindsight. But first, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $1 a month, you can join Real American. This is the best way to support the daily content that we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody. And again, alright, this is just, a developing story. We don't know how Johnson will be as a speaker, but my goodness. Based on his record and based on how Democrats have reacted to this, there's a good possibility that Mike Johnson may be a good Speaker of the House. So let's get into it, alright? So Mike Johnson, many of us didn't know who the hell this guy was, 5 minutes ago. I should say that we haven't, heard him in the speakership conversations until the past 3 or 4 days. And well, he may have been the best choice. It's starting to look more and more like that, hey, he was the guy that could have united the conference. And guess what? He did. He was the only Republican to escape the House's widespread feuding. And also, I think this had to account for also the fact that McCarthy was pulling shenanigans and people were pissed off at him. But either way, that's a different story for a different time. Either way, Mike Johnson's the Speaker of the House. And him being unknown and, kind of a lower level guy helped him drastically, I think. Because everybody likes him. From everything we could tell, everybody likes him. They think he's a great guy. They think he would be a great speaker. And his speech was phenomenal. That was one of the best speeches I've seen on the House floor in a couple of years, at least. I mean, that was a damn good speech by Speaker Johnson. It's kind of weird to say that because usually it's Speaker McCarthy, but now it's Speaker Johnson, but yeah. His novice status won't help with the burden of actually governing. The Louisianian, with a distinct draw on Wednesday, became the unlikely leader to an unruly group of House Republicans that will now rely on him to run their side of the Capitol. He was next to no one's first pick, but the one-time number 7 Republican was shielded from much of the inter-party political drama that tanked speaker picks before him, from Kevin McCarthy to Jim Jordan to Tom Emmer. Again, him being virtually unknown, I really do think helped him. Because here's a problem that people like Jim Jordan, Tom Emmer, and Kevin McCarthy are running into. A lot of them been there for a while, alright? They've been in the Congress for many years, most of them. And they pissed off a lot of people in their time, man. You start looking at people like Jim Jordan, people know who Jordan is. A lot of Democrats hate the guy. He's kind of a very divisive figure in the GOP conference. Again, I like Jordan, but, there is an argument to be made that Jordan may have not been the best option for speaker. Especially when you get somebody like Mike Johnson, who is virtually the same as Jim Jordan on the issues, but more reserved, more quiet, more focused on the legislative parts of the government. Politics is like fighting the fight business. The longer you're in it, the more you get beat up, said Congressman Tom Cole, explaining Johnson's survival. I agree. I mean, he's been in Congress for what, 5 years? 5, 6? You know, I think, again, that absolutely benefited him at the end of the day. It gave him, you know, some experience in the House, but also not enough time to piss off everybody known to man. So that was definitely one of his best parts of him is, hey, everybody likes him. Nobody dislikes him. He hasn't made any enemies that we know of. It's pretty good. Other than his conservative reputation leading the world to challenging the 2020 election, most senators have had little or no personal contact with Johnson. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell said he's never met the Louisianan, and Majority Leader Chuck Schumer does not know him at all, according to the New Yorker's office. What does that tell you about him? The Speaker of the House is an unknown dude from the Deep South. Hey, it's kind of just insane to think that's what happened. Instead of a powerhouse fundraiser like McCarthy, or pugnacious wrestler like Jordan, the House's first evangelical speaker takes the job as a policy-minded, ideological purist. And that's his big thing. Ideology, legislation, all that. That's his strength. From everything I'm seeing, he's a very smart gentleman. I mean, he was a lawyer, I believe. I think he worked with Landry in Louisiana for the Attorney General office. He's a very smart guy from everything I've read. And he seems more focused on, look, we're going to deliver results to the American people. Yes, he's not a fundraiser like McCarthy. Yes, he isn't like, now he's not like Jordan when it comes to, being out there and being very divisive. He's a guy that's going to put his head down, go into the trenches and get stuff done. He's known to carry a copy of the Constitution, harbors big dreams on spending cuts and social issues that don't stand a chance in the Democratic-controlled Senate. But it's like, he has the balls to do it. He's going to try to push stuff and negotiate with Democrats saying, look, we get something, so do you. We're not playing this crap of, well, I'm Kevin McCarthy, and I'm going to give Democrats everything they've wanted. In return, they promise to support something 5 years from now. That's Kevin McCarthy for you. I don't think Johnson will do that. I don't think he will. Now, Johnson, miraculously unscathed from the 22-day battle, must figure out how to achieve what McCarthy couldn't. Compromise that doesn't prompt a mutiny. It's very easy. Johnson, I think you know this. It's this simple. Don't lie to your conference. Don't. Work with them. Don't do what McCarthy did and go behind closed doors, and work with only like half the conference and all the Democrats. It's like, no. That's how you get your ass thrown out, like McCarthy. What he should do is say, look, Democrats, we want a 10% spending cut. Democrats want let's say a 2% spending increase or something. Meet in the middle. And let's say we get worker requirements for welfare and we start working on something Democrats want. I mean, is it that complicated? Just meet in the middle. And stop this CR crap. I'm getting sick of it, and apparently Johnson is against these CR bills, which are complete nonsense. They should not be allowed. But we just got to see what happens. The ex-speaker's ouster may have somewhat sated conservatives' anger, but Johnson still faces deep challenges. First and most immediately will be avoiding a government shutdown on November 17th. Well, to be fair, he's got in 3 weeks to do it. McCarthy, he had all that time in the summer to do it, but he waited till the last week to actually do something. So, Johnson, I think, has a head start. Apparently, he's already working on trying to avoid a government shutdown. Then he'll quickly have to find some middle ground with the Senate on aid for Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan, and the southern border. Split it up to separate bills. Say, Israel and the southern border can be in one bill, Taiwan and Ukraine can be a separate. We're done. That's it. That's all you have to do. And you for sure got aid to Israel and some southern border spending. Most senators could not pick the bespectacled Republican out of a lineup on Wednesday. That's an amped question, but no, I couldn't, said Senator Tim Kaine of Virginia. I absolutely think this is actually a benefit. Why? Because again, nobody hates him because nobody knows who he is, and he is a wild card. They don't know how he's going to act. They don't know how he's going to negotiate. What are his tactics? They may not bode well for Johnson's negotiating ability, as he faces a crush of deadlines, a thin majority, and the ever-present threat of being ousted himself. He won't get ousted. I can already assure you, unless he does something like McCarthy did, and, do 3 garbage things in a row, like McCarthy, he ain't getting thrown out. I can already assure you that ain't happening. Not to mention, Johnson will be going up against 2 Senate leaders who have now worked together for nearly 7 years atop their chamber. Who frickin' cares what Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell think? Go to the negotiating table and get stuff out of it. Don't be like a McCarthy and just bend the knee to these bozos. Being such a cipher could be an advantage for Johnson, who could be the tabula rasa speaker, as Senator Todd Young put it. I could give you a narrative about anyone being a good choice at this point. We just need a warm body at this point, right? And I think he qualifies. Young said as he dipped into a subway train. So he started looking at this, and it really does seem like nobody knows how this is going to go. When was the last time we had this? Like a speaker that nobody knew virtually anything about? Like, he looks like the president from Monsters vs. Aliens. It's like the most generic politician-looking guy possible. But he has a very good voting record. So, we're going to see what happens with Mr. Johnson. Again, I'm hoping he does great. I'm not one of those people on Twitter like DeSimps are saying, I hope he fails because Orange Man. I hope he succeeds. And just like McCarthy, I'm giving him 3 chances. Right? 3 strikes and you're out. That's my philosophy. McCarthy had 3 strikes. The debt ceiling, the garbage CR crap, and working with Democrats on some nonsensical, Ukraine aid behind closed doors. Well, that's the 3 strikes and you're out there, guy. Plus also voting against having no votes on term limits, no votes on a balanced budget, no votes on anything. So yeah, I think overall Johnson, I think he'll be a good speaker. Potentially the best speaker of the House we've had since Newt Gingrich. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.